The New York Knicks were down by 29 points. The crowd was stunned. Analysts were already discussing what went wrong. Statistically, the game was slipping away. And yet something happened. Not just on the court, but inside the minds of the players. Because when most people face overwhelming odds, their performance collapses. Their focus disappears. Their decision-making becomes emotional. Their brain shifts into survival mode. But under extreme pressure, a small number of people experience the exact opposite. They become calmer, sharper, more dangerous. The Knicks' comeback wasn't just a basketball story. It was a real-time demonstration of one of the most fascinating phenomena in psychology. Why do some minds break under pressure, while others become unstoppable? Today, we're breaking down the psychology behind the Knicks' historic comeback. You'll discover why the human brain reacts differently when facing impossible odds, why being the underdog can become a hidden advantage, and how elite performers turn pressure into fuel instead of fear. Because this isn't only about basketball. The same psychological forces that operate in championship games also operate during job interviews, business failures, financial struggles, and the moments in life when everything seems to be falling apart. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your greatest breakthroughs often begin when it looks like you've already lost. When a team falls behind by nearly 30 points, the brain interprets the situation as a threat. Stress hormones surge, heart rate increases, attention narrows, the brain prepares for danger. This response helped our ancestors survive predators, but in modern situations, it often works against us. Under pressure, most people begin focusing on everything that is going wrong. The deficit, the mistakes, the possibility of failure. Psychologists call this threat-focused attention, and once it takes control, performance usually declines. But the Knicks appeared to do something different. Instead of focusing on the entire mountain, they focused on the next step. One possession, one stop, one basket. This is a powerful psychological technique known as cognitive reframing. Rather than seeing an impossible problem, the brain sees a manageable challenge, and that a small shift can completely change performance. Now here's where things become fascinating. Research has shown that underdogs often possess a psychological advantage. When expectations disappear, fear of failure loses power. Think about it. When everyone expects you to lose, something changes. The pressure to protect your reputation decreases. The mind becomes freer to take risks, more creative, more aggressive, more resilient. This is known as the underdog effect. It's the reason some of the greatest comebacks in sports history happen when a team has nothing left to lose. The Knicks weren't playing to protect a lead. They were fighting for survival, and psychologically, survival creates a level of urgency that can unlock extraordinary focus. But there's another factor that may be even more powerful. The state psychologists call flow. Have you ever been so focused on something that time seemed to disappear? That's flow. A mental state where action feels effortless, where distractions fade, where performance becomes automatic. Athletes describe it as being in the zone. During flow, the brain reduces self-conscious thinking. Instead of worrying about outcomes, it focuses entirely on execution. This matters because pressure becomes dangerous the moment you start thinking about consequences. What if I fail? What if I miss? What if everyone judges me? Those thoughts create hesitation, and hesitation destroys performance. The best performers don't eliminate pressure. They eliminate their attachment to the outcome. Their attention returns to the present moment, the next play, the next decision, the next opportunity. And that's exactly what makes comebacks possible. Sports are never only about athletes. They're also about people, fans, communities, cities. As momentum began shifting, something psychological happened inside the arena. Belief became contagious. Energy spread from player to player, from crowd to court. Psychologists refer to this as emotional contagion. Humans naturally absorb the emotions of those around them. Confidence spreads, fear spreads, hope spreads, and when enough people begin believing in a comeback, that belief can influence behavior, effort, and performance. The players still had to execute, but belief gave them permission to keep fighting long after most people would have quit. The real lesson from the Knicks' comeback isn't about basketball, it's about human potential. Most people assume pressure is the enemy. But pressure is often the test that reveals what you're capable of when life puts you in a 29-point
deficit. Your instinct will be to focus on everything that's wrong. The fear, the odds, the uncertainty. But the psychology of great comebacks teaches a different lesson. Focus on the next step. Reframe the challenge, trust the process, and keep moving. Because history isn't made by people who never fall behind. It's made by people who refuse to stay there. And sometimes your greatest comeback begins at the exact moment everyone else thinks the game is over. And if you think sports only matter to fans, think again. In our next video, we'll explore the psychology of people who don't care about the World Cup and what that reveals about personality, attention, and human behavior.